Welcome to the Denim and Pearls podcast. Business casual conversation laced with pearls of wisdom. Casual, authentic, unscripted dialogue about life, work, and entrepreneurship with the perfect blend of laughter and seriousness. Pull up a chair, kick back, and lean in as we welcome your hosts, Michelle Ross and Brian Swanson.
Peace, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Welcome into Denim and Pearls. I'm Brian Swanson.
I'm Dr. Michelle Ross.
And we're excited today.
Are we?
Yeah. We didn't do our tagline, though.
Oh, we're Denim and Pearls. We're business casual.
With pearls of wisdom.
From the porch.
Sometimes our pearls aren't so wise, but...
Yes, they are.
Just because we can't get our intro down.
Yeah.
After 200, and this is number 230, by the way. 230.
Yeah, because we like to switch off who starts, and that always messes us up.
Yes,
messes
I
us
know.
up.
So what are we doing today?
Step by step.
I remember those guys.
Who is it? I'm gonna get to you, girl.
Wasn't it the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or
one of them? One of them.
I think it was Backstreet Boys.
Just had step by step in my head. So.
Yeah. So today, step by step. Hey, it's not showing. Why is it not showing? I lost my mouse.
Uh-oh. Step by
there it goes.
step. That's our title today. And STEP is an acronym.
Uh-oh.
So instead of, I'm gonna get to you, girl, we're gonna say, I'm gonna get to my goals. Got it?
Okay, that's scary.
Step by step. Why is that scary?
I don't know. It just sounds...
Step by step. To get to your goals, you need steps.
You do need steps. And that was the purpose of the song, actually. To get to the girl.
Yeah, it was steps to get to the girl.
One step by step by step.
So these are steps to get to your goal.
Yeah, so are we going to talk about steps or are we going to talk about steps?
Girl. Girl.
So we tried something new. If my mouse will work today, it doesn't want to work today.
Well,
but we're going to try something different. So you can actually, if you're on video, you'll actually be able to kind of follow along with this. So something new, something we've tried. Look at that.
And we're going to post this on Denim and Pearls. So if you don't catch the visual, you'll be able to at least get the infographic.
Yeah, that thing.
So STEP. STEP stands for smart goals.
I'm smart.
Tenacity.
I'm very tenacious. We should have called this a Tenacious D song.
We'll do that next time.
Oh,
what's
tenacity. E? Efficient.
With P.
I don't know where you.
It's purpose.
Okay, purpose.
G-S-T-E.
I was looking at your chart and it says achieve goals. I skipped purpose.
Yeah, at the very end you need steps. You need a step by step to achieve your goals. And if you repeat them, you will eventually get to every goal you're after.
Yeah, but I think what you really got me going on this one because acronyms are supposed to be easy to remember. You're not supposed to have an acronym inside of an acronym. And you put an acronym inside of an acronym, and that first one is in the first step.
Yeah, the first step is...
Which is S, which stands for SMART acronym. SMART.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave that one to you.
Well, SMART stands for whenever you have a goal, if you look up how to achieve goals, it always pops up SMART goals. And SMART goals, most of us know already, right? If you have a goal, it has to be specific. It has to be measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. You've heard of SMART goals, right?
I have. I mean, almost any training goes through them, but that doesn't mean I remember them.
But I've always thought, yeah, the SMART goals are great, but you need a little bit more to make it actually happen. And that's where STEP comes in. S is for SMART goals. You need SMART goals. T for in STEP is tenacity. Then E is, are they efficient? Then P is purposeful. And then you achieve goals.
Wow. This is going to be so much far beyond my mental capacity.
Not.
Well, you really threw me with that SMART thing.
SMART?
Yeah.
SMART goals?
So what is S?
SMART is specific. You need to say, you can't say, I want to make $1 million. Well, be more specific.
Well, it's $1 million. That's what I want.
Well, how
That's
you
pretty specific.
how you gonna get there? You
Oh.
need steps. First one you need to know is how to be very specific on what you want. Because if you say, I want $1 million, okay, or I want more money, well, you can find a penny, you have more money. You can go through something and find a
So $1 million is specific.
no.
No, that comes in on the rest attainable part.
Yes,
But
because
a specific goal
is-
must be specific. So a specific goal can be $1 million.
it could be $1 million. It could be, I want $1 million earned by the end of this month on the 29th.
Exactly.
That's specifically.
That's specific.
Yes.
Okay, and second set.
The next part of after specific is measurable. How do you measure this? And you have to be able to track your progress to this $1 million you want to make by the end of the month.
Right. So we break that down to $33,333 a month, or whatever that number is.
Okay. So if it's measurable, then you have to be able to evaluate the progress of how you are getting to that goal by the end of the month.
Actually,
And then
66,000.
A is
Somebody else do the math.
A is attainable.
Attainable.
So you have to set realistic goals. So let's say I sell widgets that cost 5 cents each. How many widgets do you have to sell to get to $1 million? So you've got to think about, is that
5
goal
million.
Is that goal attainable? Is it realistic? Because it makes no sense to say I'm going to make $1 million selling my 5-cent widgets. Now, if you say I'm going to make $1 million, but every time someone works with me, it's $50,000. Okay, then how many people do you need to work with?
Well, I have to add on to that too, because if you're sitting at $0 today, okay, I mean, you're brand spanking new business, $0, and you have widgets at whatever, $19.99 a piece, whatever. Yes, you have to look at that and see how many of those you have to sell. So now you can determine how many of those you have to sell. Is it an attainable goal? Can I actually sell 500,000 of them, whatever that number is, in order to attain my $1 million? Well, I'm not going to sell 500,000 if I haven't sold anything today.
Exactly.
So you have to think about it. Okay, well, maybe I need a smarter goal, a more attainable goal at, say, $10,000.
Yes. So basically, be kind to yourself. Give yourself a goal that is pushing you, but not make it so crazy that to get it, you have to throw everything else into the wind.
And there's the other opposite side of that too, where, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Well, you may not hit the stars, but you could hit the moon. I mean, there's those kind of things. Or some people use it in training for a lot of multi-level marketing things, and that they use a target. Your main target is your goal, your centerpiece, or your center spot. But if you shoot for that target, then you might hit something in the outer ring. Well, I have seen that too. But you really have to do, when it comes to attainable, I mean, you really have to think about it. And is it absolutely possible, and a little bit of a stretch maybe? Because going from 0 to $1 million, that's a pretty big stretch. Going from 0 to 10,000 might be, and then once you hit your 10,000, then you bump it up to 50,000.
Well, and that's
or
where it
5,
comes,
whatever.
Well, and that's where the R comes in SMART. Is it relevant?
Yeah, $1 million is always relevant.
It's relevant, but whatever you're doing, is it relevant in your scheme of workforce? How many people do you need? How many widgets do you have to build? We can get out of widgets because that's a difficult one to deal with. But if you have, let's say,
well, widgets can be anything. It could be skincare. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it can be
what
anything.
That widget is,
and it could be insurance policies, whatever it needs. Is that number relevant? If that number is not relevant, then shift your numbers again, and then you have to ensure that it's.
So in other words, if I have office space and I have to pay $10,000 a month, it's not relevant if I'm trying to make 5,000.
Well, and you also have to say before taxes and after taxes. I want to make $1 million before taxes or $1 million after taxes. And then you've got to figure that part out. But make sure that it's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant. And then the more important thing with this $1 million in widgets is time.
$1 million a month or $1 million a year?
What's
or $1 million over the next 3 years?
What deadlines do you need to meet to hit that, whatever you said, $333,000 every day, that kind of thing. What kind of time do you have to set for each number amount you need to get in order to get to that dollar amount? Smart.
That's one way to stop a train of thought.
It's got to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely.
That's why you always turn off your phone when you're listening to Denim and Pearls.
Yeah.
Well, turn off your notifications.
Yeah, well,
I learned how to use do not disturb here recently too.
I always use it, and for some reason it's not on.
I see. I see you are. I actually learned how to use it. It's actually kind of a nice thing, but on the other side, it's bad when you forget to turn it off and you go back and you have all these messages.
No, because I have mine set. It goes on from a certain time of day to a certain time of day. But what I've done recently is I put it on permanently. I have it on from midnight to midnight.
Yeah, that's the way I am.
But that way
I do that and then I forget to look.
But SMART goals, that's only the very beginning. The reason I said we need to have SMART goals, right?
Please do tell.
Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And I thought we needed more to it, because you can have SMART goals, but if you don't have the tenacity to keep working on it, you're going to not hit any of it. And so I always thought SMART goals are great if you have tenacity. If the processes and the things that you've decided to work on are efficient and that you have a purpose behind it. So let's go to the next one. Let's go
tenacity.
Tenacity.
I am determined. That's what tenacity is, right?
Yeah, you keep going.
I should have looked up the definition.
But tenacity is
because all I keep thinking is tenacious.
You keep going no matter what. I mean, if you really want to sell $333,000 every day, what do you need to do to keep doing it?
Right. Well, I think one of the challenges, especially when we start talking direct sales and different things like that, some of these key, what they call them, turnkey businesses that folks have, it's not always your brick and mortars, but when it comes to selling a product, if you stop trying to sell today, we've all heard the thing about it's not the amount of yeses you get, it's the amount of no's. So if you quit collecting no's, and let's say you're doing really, really good and you take a week off, 3 months later, it's going to show up.
Yes.
It may not show up right now. Oh, I took a week's vacation. Well, that was great, fine and fantastic, but I'll guarantee you, I don't know what it is, but there's something about it. You can't beat the numbers can't beat you. 3 months from that week that you were off, you're going to have that down week.
Well, and that's why I put tenacity after SMART goals, because when your SMART goals are set well, your tenacity can keep going. But if you say $1 million in 30 days and you sell a product that you would have to sell massive amounts to do that, or convert massive amounts to get that, your tenacity lacks when you don't hit the first goal.
Right. And that can be done by setting up your processes in your organization and, your organization going forward. In other words, your process works for you instead of you working for your process. Yeah. So you can start the tenacity can be in building the process that will work for you in the long run. A lot of that you see that when it comes to residual income. So if you build the process, it's going to eventually work, but you've got to have the tenacity to make that process work.
And if you choose a SMART goal, you won't be discouraged and your tenacity will not lack, because you'll get more encouraged and excited and outshoot your goals.
Well, I think I made mention I was mentally out for about 3 weeks. I'm scared to see what's going to happen in 3 months. Because my tenacity and my stamina and my whatever word you want to use that mean motivation was kind of out of it for about 3 weeks, and I'm probably going to end up paying the price, which means I just got to work harder during that time to make it happen more.
You have to work smarter, not
harder. Okay, so tenacity and then
efficient.
So the third thing in the word step is efficient. That's where your processes can also help.
That's exactly where the processes go. Because if you have SMART goals and you have the tenacity to keep hitting those goals and encouragement to hit them even harder, actually, are your processes efficient? Because what I have found in my businesses that I've done is that I may be tenacious, I have all the SMART goals, but my efficiency was lacking, where I was trying to do things that really were not in my wheelhouse. And so when I'm thinking efficiency, it's like, okay, I can write a chapter in like a 3,000 word chapter in 30 minutes, but you put me on a computer and say, put up a payment processing. Oh, you just have to put in PayPal and add it into your website. It would take me months, and I would never do it because I cannot wrap my brain around it. So to become more efficient, you find someone who knows how to do it fast.
Right. Well, we just had this discussion. I've got to get new catalytic converters. I'm going to do the guy thing here. I'm going to relate it to cars. I have to get new catalytic converters on my car. In other words, those are the things underneath.
There's more than one?
Yeah, there's actually two on a V8. Okay. But either way, details, it's not in the details here. There's two of them, and they're rattling like crazy when they get hot. So I have two choices. I can either spend, well, I have three choices. I can spend $4,000 to $8,000 to get it done in the state of Colorado. I can go to another state and get it done and pay around $2,000, or I can get the pieces, parts, and do it myself. So now, as far as efficiency goes, is it smart to pay the $4,000 to $8,000 because it's local? Is it worth waiting to go to another state and pay $2,000, or pay $300 and do it myself and spend 8-10 hours, maybe a weekend?
And then you have to factor in, how much is your time worth?
How much is, that's efficiency. How much is my time worth? So the question still remains, what do I do? I have a feeling I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to another state because I happen to be going to another state. They can do it in 4 hours. I can pick the truck up and I can come home.
So
is it worth the $2,000?
What is your time worth efficiency wise on your goal setting steps? Is it worth you finding someone else to do your taxes and things of that nature so that they can work through it faster than it would take you to do it? Like in my case, it's like, I'm worth $1,000 an hour. Do I really want to be trying to figure out how to do a catalytic converter? Heck no.
I can see you underneath the truck trying. Here's a wrench.
It's just not worth it. It's better to hire someone else to do it. And that's where efficiency comes in. Find out, what can you outsource? What can you build into your processes? What software do you need in order to run your business better so that you're not sitting there adding in people's names and addresses and phone numbers into your CRM? Have something where when they sign up to your website, it gathers all that and you don't have to do it manually.
Either that or have a VR do it.
A
VR, virtual reality. That works too. Maybe AI.
That probably would work too.
There's ways of doing that too. I mean, there are so many options out there today.
But outsourcing is a really big thing that most small businesses and entrepreneurs fail to take advantage of, because they're like, I don't have enough money to do that. Well, do you have enough money to do it yourself?
Right.
When you could be on the phone or you could be doing something else, instead of sitting there looking at some spreadsheet that's blowing your brains out. Basically, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. You could be outsourcing it at a lower price than it would take you to do what it's doing. Yep. That's efficiency. And then the P in STEP.
Oh, do it with a reason. Purpose. Everything has a purpose.
Yeah.
Even if it's just because. It's a purpose.
Yeah. What purpose does it have in your goals, in your SMART goals? Because if there isn't a real purpose, except you kind of like it and it's fun, and one day it might work in your favor. No. If it doesn't have a purpose in your end goal, you need to delete it out of there. I mean, I get easily ADD distracted, and I've got these wonderful goals. And then one day I'm like, I wonder if I should paint. And I was looking at paint and, acrylics, and I'm like, I love it. But in what I'm doing right now, does it help me finish my goal? No.
I have to ask, I really have to
distracting.
sidetrack on this.
What?
I'm going to be distracting, as you just used the word.
What?
Is it the goal of every, and I'm going to be stereotypical here, is that the goal of every woman to find a hobby that requires knitting, painting, putting dots on because
No.
my wife went through all of that. Which one does she want to take care of her time and get her mind off of things?
Get her mind off of things. And so
Crafts,
my
building birdhouses.
purpose with my acrylic painting thing does not have a purpose in my bigger goals, but it has a purpose in my life. Okay. I needed something to take my mind off of something else. And then that way I could distract myself. But I realized that by distracting myself, what was I distracting myself from? And I went, oh, from my goal, from my SMART goal, I'm distracting myself. So instead of it just freeing my mind, it was affecting my efficiency, because in order to do what I would do, I'd have to clear out my space so I can do my painting. Therefore, I would have to move things. And I went, efficiency wise, that doesn't work. I'm going to just keep with singing because I can keep doing that without messing with my space.
I got it.
It's a purpose.
I get it.
So
I hope they get it.
What kind of purposes, if you have a dead set tenacity, I'm going to hit this goal of $1 million at the end of the month, line dancing is probably not in your future until you hit that $1 million. So align things that they actually have a purpose in your bigger scheme. And then that way you're having fun, working on your goals and doing everything all at once. And I'm going to sidetrack. So
you're not allowed.
My thing
you're right on track with everything.
My thing with my singing, I love to sing. It doesn't look like it's part of my goal, but it actually is with my goal. I am a performer. I'm a speaker. I'm inspiring. Singing ties in that, so I can keep that in my goal setting and with my money goal setting and things of that nature, because they all align. But if I decide I want to go square dance instead, yes, it's uplifting and it raises my spirits and it helps me clear my mind so I can be faster and more efficient with the working time I have, or I can make them all work together in some way, shape, or form. Purpose. Make sure that whatever you're working on with tenacity has a purpose with your bigger goals.
Okay, so let's summarize all this, because my little brain. Step. What is step? We're talking about step by step. So we're going step by step towards our goals today.
Yeah.
So what is step?
S is for SMART goals.
Which includes
SMART. So I forgot. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely.
So in other words, we characterize our goal of $1 million.
Which I think is a silly goal, but okay.
Well, it could be $1 million, it could be 100,000, it could be 2,000, whatever it is. Doesn't matter.
Okay, because I just know a lot of people who say, I want to make $1 million. I want to be a speaker like you and make $1 million. Okay.
Well, you have to be smart about your goal and take it step by step. So we use $1 million as a simple example here. It can be $10,000. It can be $1,000 a month. I mean, that's what, 12,000.
So as we said,
Whatever
with the SMART goals, is make sure that you are, I don't know why my phone's doing all that, is that your SMART goals are lining up well enough that you can hit whatever dollar amount or sales amount you want to do. And then
so step
S is SMART.
SMART goals.
T
for tenacity.
E is
efficient.
And then P is purpose.
Have a purpose. Do you start with your purpose?
I do.
Because the reason why I'm asking, okay, because we're always told, keep your eye on the prize. Well, you got to know what the prize is. What's the other one that we always have to do too? Your why.
Your why, it's the purpose.
So why your why?
Why do you have to make $1 million? You have to have a good one, because in your brain says, because I want $1 million and I want to do everything. Why? Because I want freedom is what it usually ends up being. Freedom to do what I want to do, where I want to do it, what time I want to do it.
There's always the atypical, I want to help people. That can be your why. Maybe it's to help your parents. It's to help your grandparents.
Why?
Right, but you got to know why your why is.
And why?
Why is your why?
Why is your why? Why did you choose that as your why?
The who, what, when, where, and why, but the why of purpose.
Yeah, purpose is huge. Start with your purpose, and then what kind of goal you need to set with that, and then go to your SMART goals, and then your tenacity, your efficiency, and then go back. Every time you start something, does it fit the purpose? Does it fit that why? And when you repeat these things and you do them on every step, basically you hit with tenacity and efficiency and purpose. Every time you add something, make sure that you're fitting all those goals together, because what will happen is you will achieve each of the mini goals, which will all feed into the larger goal. Take a step.
SMART, tenacity, efficient, purpose, and achieve.
Well,
Step up.
Well, no, there's no the achieve goals is just the end.
Well, it's just like in a song. Step by step, baby.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so make sure you take steps to reach your goals. First one has to be SMART. Okay?
So tell us, was this a good show? Also, comment, did you learn something? Also comment, do you like the fact that we went through some kind of a training actually today as opposed to just talking? Did it meet your purpose in life? Just tell us in the comments. Let us know what you think about it.
And be sure to share and like it.
Oh, yeah, definitely share and like it.
Especially on YouTube. And
because today this was more of a training seminar. Mm-hmm. And I think we actually will. We're gonna start doing some stuff over at ACA.
Yeah.
So we'll explain what ACA is, American Club Association. We'll explain all that later, but it's right here in Colorado Springs. But we're going to be doing some, and this could be one of those great classes that we could get a little bit more into detail.
Yeah, because we're kind of flying through it. But remember, step by step, oh baby, you're going to hit your goals. I'm gonna get to your goals. My name is Dr. Michelle Mraz.
Oh, so you're going to end us?
You told us we're ending.
Well, we're going to end that session. That's why I took the thing off the screen.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So anything else we need to bring up today? Not so is again in November 1st.
Okay.
Easy thing. Anything else coming up that we got going?
No, we talked
about tomorrow night. Last night.
Yeah,
it was last night. My bad.
But the thing is if you do these goal stepping things, okay, these goal step things, you can apply them at home everywhere. I mean, it could be how I'm going to clean the house, measurable, SMART goals.
I never thought of putting goals on cleaning my house.
I want my living room clean, right?
Well, that's because my wife sets the goals. You got to get that room cleaned, the room next door cleaned out so that we can put it into a spare bedroom.
Anything that needs to be completed can be set with step and SMART goals.
So she set the goal. Now I have to do the SMART steps.
Well, when you got married, they're together. So you actually are one. So when she makes the goal, you are also part of that equation.
Yeah, but that just means I have to do more work.
Sucks to be you.
She says she always tells me she wants a wife. I said, I need a husband.
We digress.
Well, not really, because she sets the goals and I've got to do it. So I need to set the goals so somebody else can do it. So I need a husband.
Okay. You need employees.
Ooh, that's even better.
That's what children were, but they don't really work that well.
No, they don't. They're okay up to a certain age, and then.
But anyways, SMART goals and take steps, because if you do that and apply it to anything you want to achieve, it does work. Make sure that those goals are achievable. Don't blow things into, reaching for something that's unattainable, but also don't hold yourself back. I mean, at your not so the other day that we had at Whirly Ball, one of the vendors is like, I want to sell these things, but I don't think I would rather give them away. And I said, why don't you put a price on them? Well, because I don't know what to price them. I said, well, did you pay for all the stuff that you used to to make these things? Yes. I said, so add up all the things that you bought and then divide it by all the things you made and put that price on it. And she's like, oh, because you have to get your money back on what you spent, right?
You should at
I
least.
said,
I
so
mean,
that's a do at
that's
least
the bare minimum.
So at least do that in the generic, and that will give you an idea of how much you really do want for each of these craft items you made, because you've got to make your money back, or you're just throwing money away.
You're throwing money away. Well, you're throwing it away on something you love in a hobby. That's the way a lot of people will justify it. But you should get your money back, especially if you're going to be a vendor.
Well, and I told, as I told her, was that, you know, people will pay for your craftsmanship. Mm-hmm. And remember that your time and money is money. Your time is money.
Well, you know, there's another one. There's somebody else, and I'm trying to remember who it was. She actually she wrote a book. She had an organization purchase the books. Then she could give them away.
Oh, that's different.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do the same thing with a product. If you get somebody who can support you, who gives you the money to buy your product in order to give away, then you've at least made your money back. Maybe made a small profit. It's just another idea.
And we have a question. If anybody out there has a, what do you call it? A industrial kitchen. What do you call it?
An industrial kitchen.
An industrial kitchen who can make, let's say, popcorn balls or
500 popcorn balls.
Write us. Let us know, because we have an idea, and we're wondering if there's someone locally that we can buy in bulk, about 500 of these things.
Individually wrapped
That
inexpensively
would be passed through a health inspection kind of thing. So anyways, just throw that out there for an
I never
idea.
thought about using this for that.
Why not?
This podcast for that.
You got a good reach.
Yeah. So, well, in that case, I'll ask for sponsors for Not So. Anybody who wants to market it and advertise, it's all family friendly. So,
and November 1st is the actual event. So if you're interested in being a vendor, no matter what you do, okay, you can be a vendor or you can be a sponsor. Sponsors get put on the poster.
They get put on the poster. They get put on the big screens. They get all kinds of stuff
everywhere. But sponsor vendor for Not So Minicon by Galaxy Fest. Write Brian directly and see what happens.
All I'm thinking is, so if you made it this far in the video, and we're going to sell you.
No.
Jiminy, Christmas is time to turn it off now.
It's a community event, so I think it'd be really cool for any business in the community of Colorado. If you want some exposure, this is really what you want to do. Yeah. Anyways, now can I say my name is Dr. Michelle Moroz?
You just did.
Uh-huh.
It's like asking if you can ask a question.
My name is Dr. Michelle Moroz.
And I'm Brian Swanson.
We are Denim and Pearls. We're business casual.
With pearls of wisdom.
From the porch.
Don't forget to like and share.
We'll see you next week, Friday. Peace.
Peace. Uh-oh. Is it working?
No.
Uh-oh. Let me go. My mouse. Okay. There it goes. Bye-bye.